everyone. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to today's online session, to the official launch of the MODEIT MOOC, open online course for teachers. My name is Olga Tsubikova. I come from the University of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, which is located in Bielefeld, Germany. Welcome from all the German team and of course from our partners who are here as well. I think it's good to make a very short introduction. So Carlos from Portugal.
Hello everyone.
Our colleagues from Kaunas University of Technology.
Hello.
Hello, Edgaras. Our colleagues from Anadolu University.
Hello, nice to see you all.
Hello. Unfortunately, our colleagues from Romania, Polytechnic University of Timisoara, are not able to be present here, but the best from the team, from the Romanian team to you. And well, let's start today's session. Today is a very special day. Finally, we start the piloting phase of MODEIT MOOC, open course for teachers. But probably, first of all, I would like to introduce our team and also the project. As I said, our university of small and medium-sized enterprises is part of the project Curricular Modernization by Implementing MOOCs Model, or short MODEIT. This project is co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Some of you have probably heard about Erasmus Plus or even participated in similar projects. And usually Erasmus Plus projects aim at supporting educational innovations in different sectors. And in particular, this project MODEIT seeks to create innovation for higher education sector. And together with our 4 project partners, which are Kaunas University of Technology from Lithuania, Polytechnic Institute of Porto from Portugal, Polytechnic University of Timisoara from Romania, and Anadolu University from Turkey, we are discovering potentials of MOOCs for higher education curricula in this project. What is actually our motivation behind the MODEIT project? When we were planning this project, and it was in February and in March 2019, we were guided by the idea how to make formal curricula more engaging and more flexible for higher education students, how to promote self-directed learning, how to increase students' ownership of their own learning. And when looking for educational solutions, we actually were inspired by pedagogical technologies which are used for MOOC creation. MOOC traditionally form an alternative to formal higher education courses, and they are designed exactly in a manner that fosters self-directed learning. And our innovative approach was therefore to integrate MOOC-based pedagogies into the design, development, and delivery of formal curricula. But of course, the main drivers, enablers of these innovations are teachers. And to be able to apply MOOC-based pedagogies, teachers have first of all to master new skills related to innovative teaching practices with MOOCs. And with our project, we address the needs of teachers towards growing as MOOC designers. The project objectives is to create supporting tools for teachers, enabling them to design their own MOOCs, as well as incorporate MOOCs in their formal curricula. And one of these tools is the open online training program for teachers on MOOC creation. And today, as I said, we start piloting phase of this output, and it was great to see that more than 100 teachers have enrolled in this course. Another output we have developed in our project is the online self-assessment tool. This tool allows for real-time diagnostics of the individual competence level in relation to MOOC design. The tool can be used by teachers at any stage of their professional development. Maybe some of you have already had the opportunity to test this tool. Maybe some of you would be keen to check your competence level also after completion of this training program. Well, I guess these were the main data about the MODEIT project. Maybe very last comment. When we planned and started this project, we didn't face the global health crisis yet. And currently, on-campus universities are reflecting upon lessons learned from the pandemic, and I guess are increasingly realizing that face-to-face teaching would never be the same for different reasons. Changing habits of students, more demand for more flexible approach, flexible curricula, meaning that higher education institutions and also teachers should respond to these needs. And we believe that MODEIT approach can greatly support on-campus universities when making their digital transition. Well, I guess it were the main data about the project. Thank you very much for joining this session, for joining this online training program, and I wish you good luck with the MODEIT Open course. Carlos?
Well, thank you, but actually I'm giving the word to our colleagues from Anadolu University. They will present the objectives of the MOOC and the structure of the program that we have. I'm not sure if Sakan or Elif.
I will be doing the presentation. Thank you, Carlos. I have a short presentation. I cannot do anything without any presentation, sorry. And hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming our training program. I hope you will enjoy it. You will have fun. And at the same time, you will find it very useful. Well, first, Carlos told me that 5 to 10 minutes just talk about objectives and structure. I said myself, okay, what I'm going to talk about it. It's too long. But now I feel that it will take longer. I will keep you a little bit longer. Sorry, no, it's a joke. It will be short. I will be just trying to explain what are our goals and objectives. As you see, our main goal is to help you to acquire some skills that will help you to integrate MOOCs or MOOC-based pedagogy into your courses. That's it. This is our major goal in terms of this training. And at the end, we are hoping that, first of all, student-centered learning is very important, and it is the base of any MOOCs. So we will talk about some competencies. By the way, again, I have to inform you that we have a list of competencies, total 27 competencies. They are really, we thought a lot about them, and we try to come up some definitions and descriptions of those competencies. It was kind of a challenging job during the intellectual output 1. I think we did a good job. It's sort of a glossary of the competencies. So if you please check those competencies and descriptions. So at the beginning, we are hoping that you will develop a sort of understanding about student-centered learning and the competencies that sort of essential to those understanding this student-centered learning. Then we have in the second, as a second objective, we are hoping that you will design a MOOC based on the most frequently used competencies while designing all these MOOCs for different purposes, for different settings. In the third one, especially our colleagues from Romania will help you develop learning materials, effective and efficient learning materials for MOOCs. There are several learning materials often used in MOOCs, and here in this part of the training, you will be learning about how to create those. And then we also hoping that later you will develop an understanding, and you will be discussing about effective delivery modes of MOOCs, of course, again, based on those theoretical foundations, I mean, the competencies we have to effectively deliver the courses. Our last objective is about employing all these courses at the end after we develop or grade them into our formal courses or programs. So these are the major goals and objectives. And as you see, we have 5 objectives and 5 modules. So each objective directly addressing one module, or each module actually addressing one objective. With this structure, I will talk a little bit more later, is also sort of modeling how you can design your courses. It will help you. So, I mean, we thought that it must be exemplary for you. It must be a model for you to design your courses. So we have 5 modules. I'm not going to read all these. In each module, of course, we have module objectives with the different numbers. You will see the one in second module. We have a lot. It's our responsibility. I don't know how did it happen, but we have a lot of objectives. Actually, I don't like to have this many objectives. Anyway, you see, for each module we have objectives, different objectives, and then here is the structure. So our course is designed in our training program, designed into different modules, and each module consists of lessons, and each lesson contains several activities you should be doing, you should be completing. What are those standard activities? Here you see that at the beginning of each module, we have an introduction, usually a video, and maybe some supplementary materials. And then we move to lesson 1. And in each lesson, we have, again, a video lesson, supplementary materials, and different activities or different tasks to check your understanding, if you really comprehend what we are trying to explain you. So it's a short activity. Sometimes it's a quiz, sometimes a task you should complete. And at the end of each, you see all lessons have the standard structure. And at the end, we have an assignment, which is in each module, you will have an assignment, comprehensive assignment. But it's not a big, huge project. It's just a small piece of thing you should be thinking of. You should be maybe discussing on it so that you can develop better understanding about the whole concept regarding this module. And sometimes in some modules, we might have some quizzes covering all the lessons. And that's it. As I said before, it's not a long one. It's quite a short presentation, but I hope I gave you some information about the structure of the course. Thank you. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you very much. Please feel free to interrupt us whenever you feel that you want to make a question or make some comment. Hopefully it was clear how this is the MOOC is organized. And of course, the first module is going to be a little bit more challenging because you have to get used to how exactly this methodology works. And so you have two difficult tasks at the same time. First one is actually following the contents and at the same time trying to understand the new methodology and how it works. We have another concept that is related with this structure, and it will work in parallel, which is the concept of a project. As Olga mentioned in the beginning, The focus of the project and also the focus of the MOOC is actually to help you to develop your own MOOC-based approach to your teaching. So MOOC, as you know, it stands for Massive Open Online Courses. So this means that to some extent, we are not actually creating MOOCs, because massive implies hundreds or sometimes thousands of students. And it's probably not exactly what's going to happen in most cases. And open also means that it's completely open in terms of registration. And sometimes the MOOCs that we develop and the ones that you are going to develop are also closed, because they will be used only by your students. So let's say that we do not stick to the formal definition of a MOOC. We are more focused on using the technology, the tools, the methodology that is implied by massive open online courses, and use that in our own teaching practices. Because we want to have a very practical approach to the course, to the MOOC, what we have is actually an individual project that will run in parallel throughout the 5 modules, but then we'll have an extended period of time to fully develop that project. The idea is that you reflect on your own teaching and how you can profit from what is going to happen here in this MOOC and apply it directly in your teaching practice. So already starting on this module, there will be always an assignment that relates, it's a sort of step for this project. So for instance, in the first module, you are going to analyze your teaching practice and try to understand or identify, let's say, a module, a section, a part of your teaching that will be suitable for open delivery, open course delivery, or online course delivery. The second module, you have to design that section or part of the course in terms of online delivery. On the third part, which relates with the MOOC content development, then you'll be asked to actually create not the entire section, not the entire course, but something that works as a proof of concept, as a prototype for what you can do afterwards. And then in module 4, we are talking about the MOOC delivery. And basically, we can use a standard MOOC provider. Probably you have already heard about Coursera or edX or iVersity or Udemy, which are well-known MOOC providers. But in most cases, you are actually going to use your own internal learning management system to deliver the MOOC. And this can be through Moodle or some other internal platforms. So the idea for the assignment for Module 4 is precisely to already integrate what you are doing in your preferred delivery platform. And finally, the last module, which relates with the actual integration of this approach of online courses in formal higher education, is basically to wrap up everything. And then what we have is, let's say, an extra module, which we call project, that will last from August and in September. And the idea is then, in that period, with support of the partners, the 5 organizations that are involved in production of this MOOC, we will support you to actually fully develop your proposal for a MOOC. Okay, so the idea is to have a very practical approach in terms of this MOOC. So it's not only just listening to the videos and reading some additional information, answering the quizzes, but actually doing something that will be interesting and meaningful for you as well. I don't know if you have any questions in relation to what we have already spoken about. The idea for this session is precisely to have very informal approach, and actually in the end we'll have some time for you to have some questions, and these questions can be very practical. If you have any difficulty, for instance, in logging into the system and so on. But in the meantime, if you have any question, please feel free to just speak up. Okay, so then what I will do is actually I give the word to our colleagues from Kaunas. I think it will be Edgaras that will already present the module 1 and what we expect to get, let's say, from this module. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. So I will try to share my screen a little bit. I hope you can see the slides here. So, hello once again. Greetings from Kaunas, Lithuania. And I'm Edgaras Dambrauskas, and I would like to introduce you to the very first module of the program called Foundations of Online Learning. And this module was prepared for teachers who are willing to change their educational practice and to redesign their courses into a MOOC-based approach. The module itself consists of 7 lessons on such topics as competence-based learning, activity-based learning, learner engagement and participation, collaboration and teamwork, monitoring and feedback, assessment, and lastly, technology-enhanced learning. So you are welcome to join the module that was developed and is being supported by our KTU team during the following 2 weeks. If you want to refer to any of the dates or the content, you can always follow the delivery plan. But in addition, each day you will also get messages or notifications reminding you to watch the relevant video related to the particular lesson that will both remind you to do this and will also inform about any other activities such as let's say you have to complete a very short test of 3 to 5 questions. So nothing too long or complicated here. And these very short tests will be related to the learning material that you just learned. And finally, you will have an assignment to be completed during the last 5 days for the module implementation. This practical assignment will have to be uploaded to the relevant field of the module. But of course, you will be reminded of each and every of the steps that will have to be completed. And if you have any questions or you will need any help, or if you have any comments for improvements or whatsoever, you can always contact us. We have our beautiful team right here, and we are always here to help you. And well, probably the last thing to mention here is that certificates will be given to the module or program if the assignment was successfully completed and implemented. So, welcome to the module number 1. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As you see, there will be an assignment, and this assignment will be also peer assessed. So it's actually part of the assignment, and you do some peer assessment of other assignments. And this is a process that will be explained further during the actual module. But you have already the modules open, so you can already start access the contents and doing the tasks that you have available there. And there is a discussion forum where you can put any questions and doubts or comments about the module or about the MOOC. And actually, on our side, it's basically this. So we wanted to make a short session. It was, to be honest, it was mostly for you to see the faces of the partners and the persons that created the MOOC. We are not all here because there are several people in each partner organization. but it is always nice to actually have a visual reference rather than just knowing the names of the persons. I would like to add something that this is the pilot test, so this is the first edition, and actually you are going to help us in terms of improving what we have done. But this means also that the MOOC will run in a slightly different format that it will happen in the future. So in the future, the MOOC will be open. So after the pilot test, we will do any corrections that are necessary, and it will be open. So someone that, for instance, could not register for this edition will be able to access in the future all the contents and all the materials. But then the MOOC will run on self-directed way. That means each participant will log in autonomously and will do the activities at their own pace. This pilot testing will run a little bit differently because we are doing this as a team, as a class, a very extended class. So that means that will be interaction between students and also between students and teachers. And in the future, it's planned to be entirely autonomous. So it's also a good thing because this means you can take advantage of the fact that we have different tutors from different organizations, and so you can take advantage of that experience. And for me, I will close my presentation here. I'm not sure if Olga has something to add. Otherwise, we could open the floor to any questions that you might have that can be more practical or more abstract in relation with the MOOC organization, how it works, and so on. I will also like
it means
to
we
add
did a
that,
good job.
Sorry, let me just add that
Sure.
this meeting will be recorded for the participants that could not join us and will be available in the MOOC itself. Please, Akan.
Yeah, I was just saying that we did a good job, so there is no question. No, actually, we want questions because education means interaction, so we have to interact. We would like to get.
Sorry, may I?
Sure.
Okay, no questions. Everything was clear. I think the presentations will be available also. I think we all as teachers have been infected by the students. They don't ask many questions while online. I think that's the issue.
Actually, I could ask one if possible. Hi.
Yeah, of course, please.
Thank you. I was just wondering, because you mentioned that we're going to implement this plan into, like, we are going to have to design something and implement it. Do we have to be actively teaching for this, or could it just be like a design, or we would have to be, because, you know, the term is about to end in 2 weeks. We're not going to be actively teaching for a while. That I was just wondering about that.
Well, actually, we are planning this for the future. So the idea will be to create something now that could be used, for instance, in next term or the next school year and so on.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So that's no problem in there.
Thank you.
For Paulo's question, we can share our presentations in the course area.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how Zoom makes the recording, but I think that the recording of the actual meeting will also include the presentations that were done. So, well, Olga, if there are no more questions, would you like to close the session?
Yes, probably yes. Again, dear colleagues, everyone, many thanks for joining this session. Many thanks for your interest to this program, and we hope really it will be something what you can really benefit from. And as our colleagues said, we are always at your disposal. You will get some individual tutoring for each module, and in case any question appears, technical, organizational, pedagogical, please feel free to contact us. Good luck, and I would say we keep in touch. Thanks to everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.